Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is Coach by Chambers here. Yes, I am back with another video a few hours after the daily outlook, market outlook that I did this morning. And there's a reason for that, guys, because I'm excited to show you two of the TPs, the take profits that I had from the markups that I gave out free on this YouTube channel and also inside of my Telegram group, which is totally free for anyone to use. So let's get straight into it. Before I do share my charts, I would appreciate every single person who tunes into this to basically either drop a comment, drop a like, give some feedback, message me on Instagram, and whatever it is that you guys feel comfortable with doing. Don't hesitate in just reaching out and just giving a bit back, because I want to bring you guys as much value as possible, and I also want to get to know who is tuning into these videos as well. And obviously I want you guys to understand me a little bit more rather than just being a man behind the screen. So let's get into the video. Hopefully you guys can see my screen nice and clear. EURUSD is the first take profit that I took. It was around a 1 to 4. Yep, it was around a 1 to 4 that I got, which was an amazing trade. We did talk about this morning, the fact that currently we were stuck in between the 1 hour range here and the 1 hour high here. Now, what I did mention on the video this morning is I naturally, first and foremost, I would naturally want to see these wicks and lows be taken out, and we come into this imbalance to rebalance the market, and then also this demand area. And that's where I would have waited for a shift inside of the 15-minute and 5-minute for me to participate in looking to buy. But as time was going on before NFP, before the news, I just basically also, just seen an opportunity, and I was willing to risk, the percentage of my account in order to obviously gain what I gained. So just to focus on that, I also mentioned that we was currently reacting this morning from this area right now. So we was reacting from this area, and you can go back. In fact, I'll show you guys on here. We was reacting out of this, but I didn't see anything for me to get in until obviously, we had that confirmation. So let's jump down to the 15 and I'll show you why I took the trade. First and foremost, no lows were taken out, which, yes, I'll be real, because this is the Asian low here. This one is the Asian low. Usually I would like to see the markets, basically bounce below Asian low or take out a certain, liquidity, then break structure and then make that move up. We obviously didn't quite get that as clear as we would have liked. But one thing you can see is we were reacting out of the zone that I mentioned this morning. And we were just kind of like building up the structure. So we had obviously the low, we had the lower high, and then we wasn't really breaking this low. And when I seen that, we was kind of just like going, side to side here until we had this big movement up that broke the 15-minute structure here. Once I seen that just gave me all confidence, all belief that this chart was on its way up. And I was happy to position myself from this area. Like, look, I could have, naturally done what I would usually do and refine the zone to the smallest zone so that the stop loss is, a lot smaller. But I just didn't want to do that. I don't want to be sat on the charts all day waiting for the perfect one and worrying about if I missed the trade. So I kind of just set the whole leg here, this whole pullback, to include, majority, to include that I do get in these trades and I don't miss out on an opportunity or miss out on my trade idea, because I'm trying to be a bit too precise. And as you guys can see perfectly, we was obviously consolidating, but majority of the time we was sat in profit. And NFP, or the news events, for the ones who don't know, it happened, a very volatile news event obviously happened at 2:30 Spanish time, which is 1:30 UK time, and straight away we shot up into profits. Now, before I do move on, I'm going to show you exactly me speaking about it this morning, because again, I want to show to you guys who are basically tuning in that it's worth it. It's worth to obviously listen and learn. So let's play this now around here as well, which will be used as liquidity. But also understand that we are in this area of like a 15-minute demand area. But we're still in this 15-minute demand area right now. So there's two ways that you can obviously analyze this. We can either, for me, continue to just play out and stay bullish, or we can dip below to take out these lows, tap into the imbalance or even deeper, and then look for, a movement off in the lower time frames to aim for the high. So that's what I would be looking at for EU. Currently, it's in between this range at the moment. So make sure that you guys can see that. In fact, let me just put my... So as you guys can clearly see, I mentioned obviously the two areas we was waiting for. And it's the same thing. If you guys can see that you've got your demand and supply areas, you've got your market structure, you should be confident enough to understand that if your confirmations show, you can get into that trade. You can start to place that trade. And obviously, if it goes the opposite way and goes wrong, you know, you're never wrong. It's just that you are actually sticking to your plan. You're sticking to your strategy. And if you do that, you're still winning. Even if you lose trades, it doesn't matter if it's 10 trades in a row. You know, if you're sticking to the plan, you are naturally becoming an experienced, better trader in the long run. So let's jump into the next trade that I took, which was USDCHF, which was a beauty. It was around the 1.5 RR. And similar to this morning, I give out the two areas. I wasn't 100% sure whether to take it from here because I naturally, as you guys know, from the low to the high, I would naturally like to see 50% of, you know, this range to obviously be met. We didn't quite get that. So what I noticed on this daily markup that I sent out on my group chat and also inside of the YouTube video was we naturally, you know, this appeals to me naturally for a big retracement back up. But also we had this 1 hour supply area right now, which you can see we had a tap into that, which was perfect. And I want you to see this because this is literally the textbook strategy, lower time frame, strategy that you guys need once you're playing out of your higher time frame, you know, supply and demand areas. Because let me show you how perfect this is. So I always say we want to wait for that institutional move. So naturally, what happens is the markets will build up liquidity. So as you guys can see, the market built up liquidity here. So naturally, we have the reaction up and an institutional move down. Now that induces early sellers. So what a lot of people will do is they will think, okay, I need to get in because the market is showing these big candles. Retail traders will start to sell because they think that they've got, you know, confirmation from these big downwards institutional candles. They'll put the stop loss at the top and they'll be thinking, yes, buzzing, let's go. And then naturally, that is an inducement for early sellers who are less experienced or who maybe don't understand, you know, liquidity, and they get caught out. And then what you can see is the perfect trade. We build up this liquidity, this high, we come back up, we take out the high, and then the true move, the true institutional candle happens. Once that happens, we also leave the imbalance. And as you guys can see, instead of me just taking out the one candle, I just marked out these 3 candles here. We come back up and then we had that mass movement down. And as you guys can see, NFP also helped me out massively, which was, you know, a beautiful trade. We put the stop losses above the high, as you guys can see. But that is textbook. When you guys hear me teach and also talk about how I want the markets to react, you'll notice I always do this. I always say that I want to see this sort of movement happen, institutional move to break a low, and then that's where I position myself for the sells or vice versa. And I usually always want to see this happen in a supply area for sells, or a 4 hour or 1 hour supply area for sells, or obviously vice versa for a 1 hour or 4 hour demand area. So as you guys can see, exactly what I talk about all the time: build liquidity, induce early sellers. Liquidity is built up there. We take that liquidity, take their stop losses, and then as you guys can see on here, we also have that break of structure or change of trend below the low here, change of trend here. And then we basically want to look to position ourselves from a singular candle or multiple candles from what you guys can see that also has an imbalance, which as you guys can see on my screen, it was here. And as you guys are looking, bam, textbook trade. And just to prove, let me just get the time of the actual trade. It was 23:23 on the YouTube video. I'm going to show you me speaking about it, so you know that I am also not lying to you guys on this video. For that, we are playing at the moment out of this little 15-minute demand area, supply area, should I say, which we could potentially sell off, and it is reacting. And if you go down to the 15-minute currently, you'll be able to see that we come up, we had an impulsive down to get in early sellers, and then we also had obviously, you know, equal highs almost as liquidity. So it could potentially make its move. In fact, that's a liquidity taken. It could be making its move. We do have some more imbalance above, so we might just go and, you know, continue up. But you know, one first confirmation I'd wait for is either that these two lows. If we can get this low broken, if we get this low broken on the 15-minute, I would like to see impulsiveness. So impulsiveness will lead imbalance so that we can come in, and that will confirm that we're on our way down for me. Or if you're a bit more, you know, wanted to wait a little bit more, you can obviously have the confirmation by waiting for this low to be taken out, which will be a little bit longer, of course, but you know, the more confirmation that you have, the better for you, of course. And then we could have this. So again, just make sure that you're aware of it, or we could just go straight into bullish. Let's go. Thank you guys for tuning in to the videos. I appreciate every single person who is showing love, showing support. Also want to give a huge shout out to the people. There's a handful of people who reached out to me this afternoon after their take profit got hit. And they also mentioned that these daily markup outlook videos are really helping them out. So I just want to say thank you so much to you guys for showing the love and showing the support. If you want me to, you know, show more videos, show more breakdowns, or any requests that you guys might have that you want me to naturally go over, please don't hesitate in reaching out to me, you know, via the comment section below, and I would be happily here to help you guys as much as I possibly can. So guys, thank you so much. God bless. Have an amazing weekend, and we will catch up very, very soon. Take